What other editions would I like? I actually like Myth and Craig Crazy were talking about something about natural disasters, and I would like to see them, not just a volcano or anything like that, but I'd like to see, you know, I think Myth mentioned it, like a tsunami, you know, so like your water level rises up 4 blocks and things like that, because I think people using pistons and all this kind of stuff would really think up something interesting to do as like a lava break or a dam for the water or something like that. You know, you'd kind of build your house prepared and then prepare it for the disaster, for the natural disaster. And I think that's good. I think that would be quite fun if you were, if you were a building and then had to remember to build things in accordance with a certain level of safety, because if the natural disaster comes, you're going to be in trouble, which I like. I like that idea a lot. So that'd be good. Bring that in. What else? I don't really fear what they bring in. I kind of fear more. I don't know iron left. Did I use all my iron? I don't bother with what I want really, but more I worry what they're going to bring in eventually. No, I don't know. Right. I kind of worry how far they're going to go, because I think they're trying to find a level of realism that could end up being dangerous eventually. Not dangerous as in real life danger, somebody could die type thing. You know, not literally dangerous. But I mean, how it affects the game. I think, there's only... It's at the end of the day, it's a game. Don't try and make it too realistic. It's as simple as that. It's a game, so treat it like a game. That's all there is to it in my eyes. And I think sometimes, I think they're starting to try and push it a little bit so that it's more, try to bring in more and more realistic things. And I think, I'll tell you something I would like to see. I would like to see Mo creatures brought in as like an option that you can turn on. Like creative and things like that. I would like it as a menu option. Like if you when you create your world, you can put single player and you can turn Mo creatures on for that single player map. I think that'd be brilliant, because Mo creatures, let's face it, everybody's heard of it. People like it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's really good. And I think it adds a lot more to the game, and so I think they could do Mo creatures as a menu setting that you just switch on and off. Which that's probably my favourite right now. That's probably my favourite that I'd like right now. Okay, top 5 or 10 games ever for me. Well, I'm an RPG player. I like my role-playing games. I started by playing role-playing games. Then I came online and started playing MMORPGs, which is, of course, RPGs online with other people. So I've always had that soft spot. So some of them will be RPGs. Feel free to go look them up if you want to see what I'm talking about. A couple of them will be old games, but they had something magical. So my first, this isn't in order, guys. I don't really know in order. But my first I'm going to talk about is probably what got me started, which was Shining Force. In fact, I think Shining Force 2 I had first. I can't remember. I think it was Shining Force 2 I had first, and that was... no, it was Shining Force I had first. I got Shining Force for a guy who ran a renting game business out of the back of his van. It was a proper business, and he rode round to people's streets and parked up on the street. And he'd open the back up, and he'd have loads of games and that, and you could go and rent games off him. And one day I went up to him and I said, I feel like trying. I'd been playing football and things like football games and shooting games, and I said to him, I feel like playing something new. Have you got anything new? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I wouldn't mind something where you've got a bit of adventure. And he goes, have you ever heard of Shining Force? And I was like, no. So he showed me Shining Force, and I decided to take it. It was for the Genesis. What over here was in the UK was called the Mega Drive, but it was called Genesis other places. And I took it home, played it, and it started me off with a love of RPGs that I've never actually got out of, and it's only strengthened. So there you go, RPGs. So my first one will be Shining Force. Now I don't know if I can put Shining Force 2 in as well, because if those two count as one choice, but I am going to actually put it in as a separate, because it was its own standalone game. You didn't have to play the first one to play the second one. So since it's its own standalone game, yeah, I'll put that in. So Shining Force 1 and Shining Force 2. Then there's one here that Fergus is a fan of. He likes this one, and it really kind of took things to a new level for me when I played it. And to this day, they haven't made the third one in the series. I don't know if Fergus can guess what it is yet, but I wish they'd make the third one in the series, because where they left it was very impactful, and the adventure of it was massive. It was what's known as a QTE game, which is quick time event, which is where you get, at times you'll be doing things, but then you'll get things to press, like it was on the Xbox, and it was called Shenmue 2. Feel free to check it out. And what basically happens is buttons will come up on your screen real quickly, like X, and then A button, and things like that. You've got to press them really quick, like the yellow button, the red button, and they'll flash up on your screen. You might be chasing someone, and all of a sudden someone will open a door, so you'll get an arrow pushing to the right. So you've got to push your thumbstick over to right quickly. If you don't do it in time, you'll actually kind of have to stop and kind of move yourself round the door. Whereas if you push right in the correct amount of time, you might do like a little turn that makes you get round the door a lot quicker. Or somebody will, be moving out a tray or some kind, one of them wheelie trays that they do deliver food on, and like your blue button will flash up on screen for jump, or your green button for jump. And if you don't press it in time, you'll trip up over the tray. Then you'll have to get up and carry on running after the person. But if you press it in time, you'll jump over the tray and carry on running. So it's kind of that kind of thing. I do like that kind of game. And the game's Shenmue 2, and it's probably one of the best games I've ever played in my life. Well, all these are my top 5. Or I don't know if they're my top 5. These are just games I absolutely love. Where I might not think of all the ones I've really liked, but these stand out to me anyway. So Shining Force 2, Shenmue 2. Let's see. The next one would be one that I'm actually doing a walkthrough, that I'm hoping to do a walkthrough with. And again, I think I like games that kind of take things to a new level. I don't like a game that's just a follow-up, usually, in something. I mean, Shining Force was a new level, not necessarily a new level in RPG games, but it was a new level for me, because I'd never played them. The same way, Shining Force 2. And Shenmue, I've never played a QTE. Nothing that big. It was vast. Lots to it. Guys, if you've got an Xbox and you're wondering, you feel like playing an old game, get Shenmue 2. I am honestly suggesting that. If you like them QTE event games, get it. It's proper worth it. So yeah, Heavy Rain, the one I'm on about doing a walkthrough to. It's on PS3. It's PS3 only. You can't get it on any other console. And yeah, it's again, it's probably not. I mean, QTE games have been done before, but this one, the game itself, is amazing. They incorporated the QTE with it and it's just incredible, guys. It is honestly, graphically, is amazing. The story is immense. You will be guessing to the very last second until you find out. No, Fergus he borrowed it off me, the game, and he was playing it, and he was texting me all these ideas of who it was, who was the killer, because there's a killer in it, and he were guessing this person, then he'd change his mind, and then he'd change it back again and be guessing somebody else, and he could not pinpoint the person it was. And even then, he was wrong. The person who it was not a person he even mentioned, and yet, yeah, he was really surprised at the end. That's what Heavy Rain does. And also, Heavy Rain has something else that's different. So get this, guys. If your character dies in the game, there's 4 main characters, right? There's a private detective, there's a journalist kind of woman, a private detective that's a guy, there's an FBI guy, and then you've got your kind of main hero the story's around. And if any of them 4 die in the game, that's it. They're dead. They don't come back. The game does not finish. Well, you can still finish the game, but you can't finish the game with the ones that are dead. That's it. They're not in the end game. It's not like games you play now where things respawn. If your people die, they die. So if all 4 die, you lose the game. That's it. It's over. So that's what I liked about it. Everybody's got 1 life in it. As you play it. Now that might sound stupidly hard, but it actually isn't if you're careful. But it's them quick time events. You've got to be ready to press the buttons in the right order. If you get it wrong, yeah, people can die, and you won't get another go. That's it. Done. They're dead. So, and there's lots of ways to die in the game. So, yeah, when I play the walkthrough, my HD PVR is acting up, so I might have to sort that out. But when I've sorted it and I get the walkthrough going, I'll play it more with you then, and I'll explain it more to you to see so you can see how it works. Okay, so that's how many is that? 4, isn't it? Okay, 1 more. Probably for me. Now I don't know if people will agree with this one. Some probably will, some won't. A game I really did enjoy playing, but I haven't played in a while, was Final Fantasy VII, because it was an RPG, but it was basically the magic on it. I've seen magic on things before, and they're usually quite big events on single player games, but there was some of the magic on Final Fantasy VII was immense. These big massive spells, but it wasn't. There were one where I think you got like King Arthur and his knights, and they'd all come in and have a go. These big massive giant knights, and you've got this thing on screen that you're killing, and each one will come in and like one will slash it, one will stab it, one will cut it a different way, and they all come in and have a little go, all knights at round table, basically one after the other. And it gave a new meaning to the word gangbang, definitely. And so that, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the magic on that, but also the story was really big. It was a really big open story. I love big open stories. I don't like where it's all nice and compact and put together, that kind of thing. I like things that are broad ranging, where it goes in different tangents but eventually comes back together again and ties up neatly and doesn't leave dead ends. And I think I enjoyed Final Fantasy for that. It was fun, and there were I think they were chocobos in that one as well, or were that 8. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. That one was good. I can't really think of any others, you see, because I've played so many different kinds of games that I don't really have many stand out, because I'm usually too busy. I'm usually too busy flicking through game to game to game that you don't really, kind of. Oh, no. I've just remembered another one. Yay.